the lights in on the foreshores there, and that's very, very slow movement now for Blackjack.
So they're less than 2 nautical miles from the finish. You might have seen up in the distance an illuminated large vessel right at the entrance to Sullivan's Cove, and that's the Investigator, the Australian research vessel. She's in port and will make a great backdrop during the day for all the yachts as they start to, for a start, trickle in, but then we finally get to the finish for the 52 yachts are still racing. There's the Investigator as we look from King's Pier, where the presentation will take place in probably an hour's time, to the Lion Honours winner. But this must feel like it's never going to arrive, this victory for Blackjack. But that's a good shot, as we see now. There is a definite weight coming up, so she's got a head of steam. As you say, these big maxis, Peter, they seem to make their own wind where there is none, and if you went outside now, you would say there is no wind. But they're still heading in the right direction. Yeah,
that's for sure. You can just see that how quiet it is, and just a little bit of weight coming off the bow. And while she's quietly coming to the finish, the real battle is for the handicap honours on the east coast of Tasmania and up into Bass Strait. It's all to play for the handicap prize. But there's a shot looking into the cockpit of Blackjack, looking forward. See the red instruments on the mast guiding the helmsman and the sail trimmers. They inch their way forward.
And that's what it's like out on the water. It's silent.
Yes.
At the moment.
Everyone holding their breath. But
no, that I've heard, talk on the yacht at all. Let's just keep it. Keep what we're doing. Let's not try and upset the apple cart at all. There's not any breeze in that big headsail at all.
Bit different to the start when there's plenty of action and plenty of language flying
around. We did
hear
some language yes. on Sydney Harbour this year, but that's to be expected.
But this is quietly here. Oh dear, boy.
I don't think we've seen a tack in the coverage of the race this year. There weren't any on Sydney Harbour, and
no.
And once they
just hardened up and
hardened up
yeah.
south, that they've just seemed to have been on the same tack the whole way down and just virtually stuck to the rum line. But that first night, they're going with the Eastern Australian current. But the breeze coming from the opposite direction made for some very lumpy sailing, waves with no back, and the crashing that the fleet was subjected to saw 36 yachts retire from the race from a field of 88. So that's a huge attrition rate this year. And no doubt some of those sailors are watching right now, wishing they were on board Blackjack, but knowing that really their vessel was in no shape to head south. If you're just joining us, welcome. I'm Peter G. This is Peter Shipway. There's Peters everywhere here as we await Blackjack's victory, and a deserved Lion Honours victory. A lot of money and time put into to this, and doesn't matter how you achieve it, this will be sweet.
And the owner, Peter Harburg, another Peter.
Yeah, that's
yes.
right.
You could, as I said earlier, for those that may have just joined us, the boat looks well heeled, but that's all done by the keel, moving the keel around. It's a big hydraulic arm that pushes the keel from one side to the other, and that's the advantage in these, on any conditions. You can put the keel to give better stability or less stability if you need it. And in light airs, you can get the boat leaning over. But it's not the actual wind that's doing that. It's probably the keel that's keeping it heeled, and you just a bit of heel to give a bit of feel into the helm of the boat. And they're just absolutely drifting along now. It's probably just a couple of knots at best. But they're keeping the momentum rolling, which is so critical. If they lose momentum and lose the wind, it takes a lot to get the boat rolling again. But they're getting closer. And
there'll be a lot of Queensland yachtsmen very excited about this win, and even though Blackjack is a Monaco flagged Maxi. Peter Harburg is a very proud Queenslander. So this will be a first for Queensland, taking line honours in this race, and I guess for Monaco as well. I wonder if Prince Albert is preparing a letter to send to Peter Harburg now, who went across to the Mediterranean and was going to race this boat over there, and because of COVID, unable to do so. So it's been shipped from Queensland to Monaco in a container vessel twice without actually racing. So it's back here in Australia now, but still got the Monaco registration, but very much a Queensland yacht. There will be loved ones of the crew watching, no doubt. I mentioned Will McCarthy, Graham Taylor, Ryan Godfrey. I'll run through them. Sam Newton, Chris Anderson, Kevin Costin, Silas Nolan, Anthony Nossiter, Vaughan Prentice, Reese Wolfe, Andrew Henderson, Darren Hutchison, Reese's brother Liam Wolfe, Adam Beechel, tactician. This will be his first time he's got to Hobart in the Sydney Hobart. He was on Shockwave, and it was... what was the problem that happened to Shockwave there
it
7
retired,
or 8 years ago?
It retired. I think it had rudder damage.
Rudder, that's right.
Yeah.
So he's got to Hobart for the first time and is going to win line honours. Alex Nolan's the navigator. Second in charge is Bruce Clark, and Mark Bradford is the